Hey y'all, what is up? I'm on lunch break again in my private office in my dental practice, just stopping in between patients. And I just want to talk a little bit about how to hack your environment for health. And if you don't know, I'm Desiree Walker. I am a transformational coach for women. I help women step into their strongest and healthiest selves. And I'm also a dentist. And this is my private office. Yes, this is my private office. I have bars on the wall. You can see I have a yoga mat on the floor. I even have some things on the ceiling because I was in American Ninja Warrior several years ago. I did that 3 years. But I just want to talk about our environment for health. When we think about the environment where we work and our surrounding environment, of course we want it to be something that is pleasant and inspiring and just makes us feel good. But no matter what type of environment that we're in, no matter how aesthetically pleasing and gorgeous and just amazing, if we're not able to move our bodies, at the end of the day, we are going to be completely drained. So have you ever been at your desk all day long and been working on the computer, and then at the end of the day, even though you weren't physically active, you were completely wiped out? Yes, right here, completely wiped out. That's because we are not giving our body the nutrients it needs. The way our brains get fed oxygen is through movement. The way our muscles get fed nutrients and oxygen is through movement. And when we're sitting all day long and we don't really have an environment that encourages us to move, then productivity can go down, creativity can go down, and energy can go down. And we can get a whole lot of body aches and pains from being sedentary because we aren't able to move. So I just want to talk a little bit about what I've done to my office, and it makes me feel so incredibly good. And I'm going to give you, if you don't want to go completely all out like I did, I'm going to give you a few little tips on how you can create your space to make it a little bit more movement friendly and give you more energy because you're encouraged to move throughout the day. So I will first I'll show you my office and then we'll go over a few things. So I have some bars on the wall here. These are stall bars, and I love these so much because I can hang on them. And I want to share a video that I did earlier about hanging and how important that is. So if you missed that video, please check it out. You can hang and stretch, and it just feels so good. And all kind of exercises you can do on those. I was a former, close this door. I was a former gymnast, and so I absolutely love these. I do all kind of things, like if I get a quick break, especially at the end of the day, I can actually work out. But you don't have to have equipment to work out, but just equipment to move. And these stall bars, they encourage me to move. I can hang, I can stretch, and honestly, I mean, yeah, you probably wouldn't want to have them. I won't say they're super gorgeous aesthetic, but it's not like having a chunky red treadmill in your office. It is, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks very elegant and it encourages so much movement. The other thing that I have that I absolutely love here in my office is I don't have any chairs. You see, no chairs. I have a stand-up desk station where I stand up. And I absolutely love that because when I come back from seeing patients, I am not tempted to sit down, which is the last thing that I need to do. I need to be up, I need to be moving so I can do my notes at my station or right here, standing up, moving, and it is so incredible. And I also have a yoga mat here, which is really easy. Even if you don't have a space where you can do all this, where you can stand up and you can put bars on the wall, you can probably bring a yoga mat to work and get it out. If it's super small, you can fold it. If it's foldable, you can just get it out during lunchtime when you have breaks. And this is great because it encourages me to get down on the floor and stretch. I know you're thinking get down on the floor. Why do I would even want to get down on the floor during work? Being able to get down, up and down off the floor, you lose that ability, you lose that mobility as you get older. Just think like one of the main drivers of mortality as we get old are falls, and especially when we fracture our hip. And if we are not good at being able to get down on the floor and get back up, we actually lose a lot of our health. Just really just goes downhill. So getting up and down off the floor, even if you're not exercising, is so good. Like we don't think about those little things that we can do that are just so nutritious for our body. And any type of movement is nutritious. Like we need food throughout the day, our body craves movement, and little snacks, whether it's stretching on the bars, hanging, getting down on our yoga mat, and just for a few seconds is so incredibly good for our whole body, and to help prevent injuries and to keep our mental clarity, to keep invigorized, and to keep just focused on what we're doing. A couple things I want to show you, that if you don't want to have an office that is full of equipment like mine, that resistance bands, these are great to have. I carry one with me everywhere I go. I travel with one. I do not leave home without a resistance band, so I can pop it out and do stretches at any time. Oh my gosh, this was so amazing to my arms. And not really exercise. I use it a lot for more mobility than stretches, and you can use it for exercising as well. The other little piece of equipment that I talked about was the mat. So having that, if you don't want to set up equipment, is having the mat. But just having little things and just being mindful of your movement throughout the day will do incredible things to your energy, to your mental clarity. One other hack that I like to do is set a timer. If I'm working like continuously on a project, set a timer for 25 minutes, be focused only on that project, and then take a 5-minute break. Have a 5-minute break. It's called the Pomodoro method, and it's something that I use when I'm working on very like focused projects. But while I'm at the dental practice, it is so busy when I leave my office and go see patients. And when I come back here, I'm really not working on projects. It's more like doing notes. So for me, having things in my environment that encourage me to move, having the space to move my body, having the equipment to just like, okay, Desiree, like, have you stretched your shoulders today? Have you hung today? And it feels so good. Like, it feels incredible. When I'm not in my office and I'm in another space and I'm getting work done, especially a focused project that may last several hours, I miss it so much. And so I have to set my timer for 25 minutes, get up and stretch and do something. But I absolutely love having an environment that encourages me to move my body, because I know it gives me energy. It gives me a nutritious snack to my bones, to my muscles, and to my brain, and it feels so incredibly good. So I encourage you to try a mat, a band, the Pomodoro method, anything that will encourage you to include more movement throughout the day. And thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I cannot wait to catch you on the next.